Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for nutrition class today on Saturday. I hope you all had a good week and you got out and walked with the dog earlier today. But today we're going to start cooking for Thanksgiving, being mindful of what we're eating, possibly doing something different for our types of desserts we're going to have, because everybody knows once you have Thanksgiving dinner, we're sometimes full, fluffy, and not comfortable. And rather than having that piece of pie or cake, we're going to do a nice fruit dessert, which is fall appropriate, harvest appropriate, and it really will look pretty on your table. So we're going to make baked pears today, and we're going to be using cranberries, some pecans, a little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon, and honey. Optional things you can put in when you're done is going to be your Greek yogurt, if you want to top that once it's served. But for now, we're going to keep it the way it is, and usually you'll use 4 pears. Today I'm going to make it with 1 pear. And all you're going to do is simply slice it down the center. And once you slice it just like this, all you're going to want to do is just flatten the little bump so they'll sit nicely on your baking sheet. So in the meantime, you already have your stove warming up at 375. I have my baking sheet here ready to go with some parchment paper. All right, so now you have your pear cut in half. The bottom is off, so it's going to sit nicely. You're going to want to core out the center right here. That's going to make a nice little bowl to put your cranberries inside. So I did not have a melon ball peeler thing. I have my ice cream scoop, and I'm simply going to press in and twist it and scoop out some of that center flesh. Okay? And I'm going to go a little bit deeper just because I want it to be a nice little amount of our filling in it once it's baking. So once I have both all set and done, you can leave the stem on if you want or take that off, totally up to you. And the nice thing about this dessert, you can of course substitute what you fill it with, maybe like raisins, the golden ones if you want to add that really nice fall effect. But I think it's a perfect idea for dessert for somebody who may not want to load up on other additional calories following that dinner. So once I have my pear all good to go and cleaned out, put them on my parchment paper, baking sheet, or you can use your Pyrex dish, whatever you prefer. The amount of fresh cranberries you're going to want to put in here will vary. The recipe does say 3. If you want to put more than 3, completely fine to do. I'm just going to go right ahead, put a few in the center. And again, this was a little bit bigger, so I added 4. That one's a little smaller, so I just left it with 3. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to put my nut topping. Again, if you can't have nuts, maybe you want to add a raisin or something else to make that little bit of a texture there. So I'm going to cover my entire pear, and you can pick any pear you want to have. There's no right or wrong way to it. Cover the entire pear opening with your nuts. This recipe will take you all of 10 minutes. It's great if you just don't know what to prepare maybe last minute and add on. It's a great option. So once I have my little filling there of my nuts and cranberry, you're just going to layer it. The next will be your nutmeg and cinnamon combo. Again, all over your pear. Cover the entire pear. So it's all cinnamon and nutmeg. And just the thought of having the cinnamon nutmeg to me is like, okay, it's Thanksgiving and it's gonna be delicious. So I'm covering everything right here. All right, had a nice little bath there. The final step will be your honey. If you don't wanna use honey, maybe maple syrup, whatever is going to make you and your family content. So you're just going to drizzle. I'm going to start at the top and go all the way down. And once it's prepared and cooked, you may want to add a little bit of another layer of drizzle, just for a little bit of a shine. It does look pretty when you do that. And this one here, same thing. I'm going to drizzle it all around, covering the entire pear itself. And you may not want to use a lot. It just depends on what you like. And you just want to make sure you cover all of your pear, because once it's baking and you're going to have all that in there inside that nice little hole we made, It'll taste delicious. So once this is all set, good to go, in your oven, it's gonna be at 375. I want to say 30-35 minutes, depending on how thick your pear is. And that's how it's gonna look once it's ready to go. And when it's finished and completed, it'll be absolutely gorgeous, warm, yummy pear. You can top this if you want with some Greek yogurt, maybe some low-fat homemade whipped cream, whatever you prefer. It's guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser for someone who may not want to have a dessert that's heavy or dense. This is 90 calories per slice. Definitely look into this one. It will be one of your favorites eventually. Again, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and happy Thanksgiving.